Hey guys, Justin Jimino from DragonBlogger.com here, and I'm here unboxing the Logitech G502 Lightspeed, which is the first wireless gaming mouse that includes the Lightspeed technology plus the Hero 16K sensor. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, then I'm going to use it for a few weeks and take it through its paces. So I already cut the plastic off to make it simpler, so let's open up the box, see what you get. We get a little contact separator and the mouse itself, with plastic coating on the bottom. You could see the bottom has the little slide dial here where you would put in the weights, which I'll show you in a little bit. It's got the on-off switch, the sensor itself. It's completely textured on the sides where your thumb goes, but it's textured plastic, not rubberized. No, let me see, is it rubber? It's texture. No, it is rubberized. You've got the thumb buttons here. You've got 1 and 2 and 3 on the thumb side. You've got a little index finger button right here that's separate from your main left mouse button. So you got an extra button right there. You got a right mouse button, no extra right mouse buttons on the side. You've got your scroll wheel, which clicks when you scroll it, and you've got, of course, these are typically the DPI settings, but they're all customizable. You know, from Logitech, you can customize every button on your mouse. And look and see if there's any more plastic. Oh, there's some plastic up at the top here. The wing tips over here. Get those off. There you go. It's a little tricky. There you go, got those off there. And then of course, there's the little micro USB where it charges your wireless mouse. So showing what else is in the box under the mouse, we get a little neat little case, which I'm assuming has the charging cable. And actually this is the weight case and the receiver, which you see it uses a little bit of a larger receiver instead of those little tiny receivers. And that's both a good thing because sometimes those little tiny dongle receivers, or those little tiny receivers, I often lose. But this one also includes the other side of the micro USB cable so that it can charge your mouse while it's plugged in the USB. And you see there's a cover on it as well. Pull the cover off here. Oh, no, see, I was wrong. This is the little dongle receiver. And then you could see it plugs into here, and then it has the micro USB. Interesting. And then of course you have all the different weights, and the cable, and the instruction manual, which lists all the different buttons you can configure. So 10 buttons, and I didn't even notice that it has 2 buttons, one here and one here. I didn't even notice that at first just by looking at the design. So the cable for the Logitech G502 Lightspeed is actually really, really long. It looks like it's 6 foot long cable, and it's braided, which is unusual for mice cables like that are wireless. You can also see it can plug in via USB here, plugs into the front of the mouse. Although, look how deep that's inset. You have to actually really like guide it in. To me, that might be a little challenging to guide that in like that. Let me see here. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's not terribly hard, but you do have to push it all in there. It slides right in. It fits in the slot pretty well, so it can only really go in one way, so that's not so bad. And then you basically plug the mouse in and start charging it, and that's how you basically start charging your mouse between between gaming sessions or between whatever. So I have it plugged in right now and it's charging, and you can see the green LED lights on the side of it indicating that's charging. And after I let it charge for a while, then I'll go ahead and I'll use it with the receiver. Now, what's interesting is this little carrier here with the micro USB side and the little wireless dongle receiver, because I'm curious to know, and I have to read the instructions, why this exists. Other than to hold this, why would you plug the micro USB into this side if it doesn't have to charge this? It's kind of interesting. Okay, so what this is actually a pass-through. You can have the micro USB cable plugged into, say, a USB port, and then it plugs into this pass-through, and then you have your dongle, and then you can put your dongle within, they recommend within 20 centimeters of where your mouse is. That way it has the most response time, the best response time possible. Keep it close. They recommend keeping it within 20 centimeters of your mouse for the fastest response time. So that's what this is for. This is cables designed to go into this and then hook up into, you know, put your receiver right next to your mouse. And then when you want to charge your mouse, you just simply pull this side off and then plug that into your mouse to charge your mouse. So that's the way that was designed. All right, now moving on to show you how to put the weights in. That's the next part. Okay, so if you look at the bottom of the mouse, you'll see a tiny little groove over here. If you put your finger in this groove over here and pull it open, then you see where the weights go. And you have the various little weights from different sizes, and they all fit into different categories here. And you put in the weights as you see fit to weigh down the mouse as much as you want to weigh it down. Like you can see, I got one weight right there, and I've got another weight, which I'll put. Where is this weight going to go? Let's see here. Put another weight right here. Put another weight right here. I like my mice on the little heavier side. There you go. Put another weight right there. And we'll put another weight right there. And I'll determine if I want to use less weights or more weights later. Alright. Get those weights in. Put this back on. Let's see here. So it goes this like this. Slides in like this. Alright, there we go. And we got it locked back in. Now the mouse added 5 weights. It doubled the weight about practically from all plastic. That feels about the right amount of weight. So you see, you can actually store the dongle inside the receiver, inside the mouse itself. It stores down there. And interesting, I was expecting this to spin, but it doesn't spin. It kind of flips, which is kind of interesting the way it works. It's magnetized, so it kind of goes down there. It can only go one way, or else it reverses on you. You can feel the magnet kind of reverse on you. And it goes like that. And of course you could press down here and then pull on it and then take it out, put the dongle in. So it took me a while to figure out because it wasn't actually in the manual. I had to look up online. But you see how when you install the weights in the Logitech G502, you've got the little weights that install right here. I didn't originally notice it, and it wasn't in the little tiny printed manual, but the bigger weights actually install into the receiver cap, the circular area here. They actually embed inside the disc here, and that's how you install the weights, and then you put them in. So that's just something to note that it wasn't immediately obvious to me. Maybe it's just me, but it wasn't immediately obvious to me. And now I've got all the weights in, and the mouse is significantly heavier. It actually feels really, really heavy. It might be considered too heavy for me. I'll have to test it out. But that's how you install the bigger weights, not just the little weights. Stay tuned for the review.